So Sean's topic that he discussed with me about that we're going to present on is how the game's going to be played in the future, which is a pretty broad, I guess, topic and something and I'm sure everyone here can kind of have different visions and views on how the game might be played on the future, or in the future. So something to help me kind of get my head around how it might be played is I reached out to a lot of coaches that are coaching all throughout the world in how they thought the game might be played in the future. And there was a few, I guess, consistent trends or themes, and that was positionless basketball. So players being able to play multiple positions in the half court, the full court, and I'm going to focus heavily on the full court. So playing with pace offensively and a different way we can get the ball up the floor. Some of you may never have seen this before. All right, some of you probably have if you come to SPP camps. And also defensively, how to play in the full court pressure-wise. But I'm going to touch on just some things that those coaches spoke about before we start the clinic. I'm not name dropping, I'm just paying respects to the coaches who have mentioned these ideas. Because one time I was out with Damian Cutter having lunch and I thought of something and I said something and he said, I heard that off someone else. And I said, yeah, they told me. He's like, don't you ever take credit for someone else's work. All right, and I know coaching's about copying and plagiarism and whatnot, right? But that's something I like to do now. Whenever I do a clinic or whenever I talk, I always mention the coach that I heard it off. So Damian Cutter, we'll speak about him first. He speaks a lot about positionless basketball. So guards being able to post up. He's really big on that. So having the skill set for our guards to be able to play in the post in that mismatch situation that you might have if you've got a taller guard playing against a shorter guard. He also speaks about pace in the game. So getting the ball up the floor quite quickly. He's now coaching in the G League, all right, and he also coached the Sydney Kings. Aaron Fern, he coached Cairns Taipans for 12 plus years, all right, or maybe 12 years. He's over at college now, right, the University of North Carolina, all right, in Charlotte. He speaks about, and he's really big on implementing a system and sticking with that system. And he had some great statistics on kind of certain trends the NBA or how the NBA is going. And I guess there's, if you were to say who does some isolation basketball, teams that come to mind are Houston Rockets. Some people brings up Golden State Warriors. Now he brought up a really interesting stat. Golden State Warriors in the NBA, in a ranking of teams who went isolations, they will rank 28th out of 30 teams. So that just tells you they don't play a lot of isolation basketball. I think there was one game where Klay Thompson had 22 points on 4 bounces or 5 dribbles, right, which does show you they have a lot of off-ball movement. They do a great job of that. He's also, Aaron mentioned, in today's society, they want a quick fix. So everything's got to be quick. Quick 3, 1 bounce, pull up, right, in transition. And it's about how we can marry those two ideas. So getting that excitement, but making sure we have a system put in place and athletes have a role and they know their role within the team. There's not 5 players running around with their heads cut off, because if that happens, then certain players don't know when their shot's going to be. They might get frustrated. They might, I guess, separate themselves from the team. So just making sure that there's that chemistry within the team. Sean Dennis coaches over in Japan right now. He spoke about positionless basketball as well. He was huge on that, and he was huge on 5-player movement. So making sure everyone's moving. So ball movement, player movement, extra pass. He emphasized those 3 points a lot. Ball movement, player movement, extra pass. So if there's 3-a-side action, which we all have a good understanding of, so I'll just quickly demonstrate that. So give me 5 darks up, please. Just get a ball at the wing, player in the corner, a big set and an on ball, and you might have a corner and a player up top. So we all know 3-a-side action or 3-man game or 2-man game, whatever we might do. So if there's some sort of action happening here, it's instead of it being 3 on 5 defenders, it's 5 on 5. So as this action's happening here, we're engaging, hold there, the weak side defense. So just give me 2 defenders here for me, a nail and a captain. So right now with our 3-a-side action, 2-a-side action, there's a lot of standing still on the weak side, which then defensively they can be engaged on what's going on offensively here. So making sure we have some sort of action. So it might be a down screen, it might be a flare pick, whatever you want to have. You might have someone basket cut, someone lift. So having some sort of action happening on the weak side so there's movement. Thank you guys, hop off. And then the last one was Mark Radford. He's the head coach of the emerging Boomers. He pretty much mentioned every one of those points that those coaches mentioned. Ball movement, player movement, extra pass. But he highlighted 3 very important points. No matter what you do, no matter how the game goes, the trends, you got to make layups, you got to make free throws, and you got to box out. He said that so many times, and I kind of thought about it, and we make the game really complicated as coaches, right? And we do, but we got to simplify it, and they're 3 very important points. Make layups, make free throws, box out. All right, so I then kind of went aside and went, okay, well, I want to do something I'm comfortable teaching, but then trying to offensively give you something a little bit different in our offensive transition, so we're going to work on that. So we're going to work on positionless basketball in the full court, offensive transition, and our full court D. So give me 5 lights, jump up. So in our offensive transition, our normal rules, 4-man passes ball out of bounds, 2 and 3 run your lane, point guard get the ball, 5 run rim to rim, most of the time. That's our normal rules. I'm going to throw a little spanner in the works. Now it's new, bear with me, right? It does look weird to start with, but we're talking about trying to get pace and get the ball up the floor as quick as possible. So let's say we're on D, shot went up, I want the point guard to get the ball. So the ball's gone in. Point guard is underneath the basket. In a real game, like our normal situation, our normal offensive structure in transition, point guard would go, 4-man would have to go and get it, point guard would get to their spot. So how do we speed that up? Point guard gets it, point guard steps out of bounds. Now everyone's positionless here. Now depending on what age group you would have to simplify it. So you might say the 4, you always stay here. You always get the rebound if it goes in and step out of bounds, or if someone else gets it, then you got to get to the elbow. Our 2s and 3s and 1s, they're interchangeable. So let's say it was the 2 who got the ball out of the basket, they could pass it out of bounds. Right? This situation, it's the 1, the 2 and the 3 run the lanes, and the 5 runs rim to rim. Now, 1 gets it, they step out of bounds, they throw it to the 4, and they've got a few options here. They can just run and get a handoff, and then we're working on pace, getting the ball up the floor as quick as possible. Rewind. We can, depending on what Matt's play is doing, if they're locking and trailing or busting through the screen, you might reverse pivot, and then throw it over the top, or maybe over the top. Okay, rewind. Or, as he comes through, you might fake the handoff and then go yourself. All right, so rewind, give me a little demonstration of that, please, boys. So again, it's trying to get the ball up the court as quick as possible. Now, when we get down that end, do whatever you want to do to score, but score quickly. All right, you got 8 seconds to score. Go. Sprint, 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 throw it, go. Get some pace into it. Go, go. Right, hold there. Good, so 4 got it, that's fine. So now we're just in our normal transition rules, right, that we all recognise and know, throw it in, and then we can go from there. Right, now come back down here, boys. We can also have our 4 and 5 interchangeable. So if Jack's closer to the basket and Matt gets the rebound, what might we do then? Yeah, we just take off. Then you get to the elbow, and then you're the first receiver. We okay with that? All right, rewind again. Come back here. Now to kind of get some thinking into it, as a coach, you might call out a number. Right, so as you shoot it, you might call out 3, and that means 3, you got to get the board. Right, and then the 1 and 2 run the lane. Ready? Rewind, back here. 2. Good. Pass the ball. Defense jump in. Right, so we're going to play this. Now, understand they've got a game this afternoon. So boys, go about 75%. Yep. Right with that?
Yep.
I'm going to call which colour. That's all I'm going to call. Whoever gets it out of as it goes in, whoever gets it under the basket, then go from there. Ready? Blue. Go, go. Pace, pace. Hey, hold there. Good. So ball's gone in. Matt gets it. Matt would step out of bounds. Our 2s and our 3s go. Ready? Rewind back here. One more trip and then I'll add something in. White. Go. Sprint, sprint. Go. Pace, pace. Kick it, kick it. Right. Just set up for me, just so I can show what's going on next. Set up. Blue, take it out of bounds. 2 men. 2 men. 2 men. Who's the 2? So a common mistake we have in the game is athletes' ability to think what's next. What do we do next? Transitioning from offense to defense or defense to offense. Too much standing around. So if you were to watch the games this afternoon, there's a lot of someone gets it and there'll be a player doing this and then they'll turn and run. So their ability to go from A to B, offense to defense, defense to offense, whatever you want to do. So if we're playing in the half court, so set up in the half court for me, Light have it. As a coach, you might just kind of go drop, which means if Matty has it, he'll drop it, but while he gets it, and then we go from there. If it's a drop there, you might add the rule of drop and you've got to pass to one of your teammates and then we go. So again, their ability to quickly transition from O to D. Okay, start back underneath or in the key. 4s and 5s, I want you to change up where you are. So we're going to start running around the circle. So now you're going to start looking at where you are, who's closer to the basket, okay, as we run around. So 4, if you're further away from the basket, okay, then you can run rim to rim. All right, ready? Run around the circle there. Quick movement, movement. Blue. Sprint. Stop. All right, hold there. It's not too bad, but I guess we can, and you can add a rule as a coach, you can revert to your normal rules, which might be if the 4 gets it, who usually brings the ball up the court? The 1. So if we have that situation, you're just going. Okay, come back down, run the circle. Ready, go, run the circle. White. Sprint, sprint. Get up quick, get up quick. Get some pace. Hold there. Last one. Ready? Run the circle. 1, 2, or 3, make sure you get it. 4s and 5s, leave it. Ready? Blue. Go. Kick it. Sprint, sprint. All right, hold there. Good job. All right, boys, just hop to the side. Get a drink if you need one. So that's just adding some pace to our offensive transition. Now, you may like it, you may not like it, okay, but it's different and players will always revert to habit. It's like when they're younger and we teach a big to run to the block when they're running down the floor, right? When we really want them to run to the front of the rim. And it's habit, that's all it is. So you may implement something like that, but the important point, I'd maybe look to do that at 12s, I'd simplify it big time, right? But at least it doesn't pigeonhole players. So you might have the biggest player in that age group be the 5, they always got to run rim to rim, and then as they get through 14, 16, 18s, they might end up being the shortest player. And they haven't learnt that skill set yet. So just having the ability or the creativity and the, I guess, the guts as a coach to put athletes in those positions where one, yeah, they will fail to start with, but they'll eventually succeed long term because they've learnt a variety of skills, okay, to continue to progress through the game. We're now going to work on our full court defense. So we'll get 4 players up, 2 lights, 2 darks. Doesn't really matter who, since we're doing positionless basketball. Give me that ball there. Right, so I sent through some paperwork on our full court D, so I'm going to break it down, especially some of the teaching points. Okay, so hopefully we can pick up on some things. Let's go, pardon? That's fine. Dark can start with the ball. Bawali, start up at the elbow. So we'll talk about this play to start with. So we want to influence the ball going one side. So Jack wants to start foot on the baseline. Now he stays there until the ref tells him to get his foot off the baseline, right? And you want to jump around like crazy. Okay, so there's no one full court pass to a leak out player doing a layup, right, or run the floor. And 2, there's no pass for Bawali catching on the sweep. So we want to force the ball going that way only. Where do we want him to catch the ball? Good, okay, so we don't play behind, because if we play behind, he can go either way. We don't want to play in front. Now there is a component of our full court D where we do play in front, but to start with, we're just doing our normal full court D. We don't want to play in front because they can throw it over the top. We want a half front, so we're here. And we want to influence and push towards the corner. Okay, so use your arm bar, hand the passing lane, and your job here is to be there on the catch. If you can steal it, fantastic, but most of the time you won't steal it. And what we don't want to do is the pass gets thrown in, you gamble, and then he goes. All right, so we want to be there on the catch. Just get to that point, and then we'll talk about the next phase of what we're doing.
Just catch it.
Yep. Go. Hold there. So as soon as the ball comes in, we want to level off. So you want to be between the ball and the basket. And if anything, where do you think we want to influence? Right, so depending on what we're doing, but in our full court D rules, we want to influence to the middle, just because this is where our trap's going to be. Okay, so as soon as the pass gets thrown in this situation, we're going to trap it straight away. So Jack runs at his teammate's inside shoulder. He never runs at the ball. Because if he runs directly at the ball here, but while he can split the trap. So an important point on this is as he turns the sprint, he runs to his teammate's inside shoulder, and then they can look to trap the ball. Soon as the trap happens, how do we want to play the trap? Good, so we're wide, high hand so the ref can see it. If Bawali retreat dribbles, we take away space. Right, we don't give him space. Got that? All right, go back, give me a little demonstration. We're just going to go to halfway, we won't go down to score just yet. Ready? Make it a tough catch. Hold there, stop, go back. So what do you think we need to have on the ball? Yeah, pressure. And just for a few reasons. One, as soon as he gets the catch, he wants to worry about you, not worry about a kick ahead, and not worry about Jack. As soon as he gets it, you've got to have some sort of pressure, so he's worried about you, and he doesn't see Jack, okay, and he may not see a kick ahead. Just get the catch there. Ready? Jump up and down, go, jump, get the catch there. Go, sprint, go Jack. Right, hold there. Not too bad, switch it over. One more time. Where do we run to, Jack?
Shoulder.
Inside shoulder, right? Ready? Go get it, go get it. Right, give me 2 more players up. So I'd run that. Now I'd do that in the full court. So the example we might do, just hop off. Because one of the toughest rotations here in our full court D, and when we build it up to 5-on-5, I'll show you, is throw it, trap it, throw out of it. One of the rotations that doesn't happen the most is when the ball goes from point guard to the trail, kick ahead, these players don't sprint back. And when they don't sprint back and our players down here start rotating, they might get an uncontested layup. So I'd make this a full court drill, and I'd make you guys get in the habit of, as the ball gets thrown, you sprint. Now, out of that pass, you might do a few things as coaches. If you feel like Bawali is a very dangerous player, you may, as the pass gets thrown, Jack leaves, and we stay denying this pass, so he can't get it back. Okay? or you might go, you both leave and get behind the line of the ball. And when we build that up, I'll show you what I mean by that. Ready? We're going to play here. Yep. Got it? We're going to play to the end. Not yet. Yet to a score. Right? Up and back. Got it? So when you score a layup, switch it over. Same thing on the way back. Ready? Go. Up on it. Go get it, Jack. Go get it. Good. Rotate out. Sprint. Level off. Hands up, Jack. Same thing. Go. Right, hold there. Stop. Perfect example. So again, we want to talk about positionless basketball. Players having the ability to play multiple positions. Rewind and set it up exactly how you were to start with. No. You're here. And you're there. So what did these two players do? You went, oh, that's not my play. I'm going to switch. And as that happened, what did you do? Threw it and had a layup. So there's a famous coach by the name of John Wooden. He spoke about, he had a good quote saying, mismatches don't beat you, open shots do. Right, so mismatch, we don't care. Right now, just if that's your player, or if that's not your player, stay on them, and we can switch later. Right, you guys switched early, threw it over the top, that's an open shot. Right, so mismatches don't beat you, open shots do. Ready, ball pressure, go, throw it, go below, go, shut. Rotate out, sprint, level off. Right, hold there, good. Now, go back, ball there. Rewind, just come back here. A while ago over there. Walker, you're there. So, I spoke about the line of the ball before. So, Bawali's first job is to level off the ball, which means get in front and not let, obviously, Jack get a layup, right? So, level off the ball, stop it. And we need to get behind the line of the ball. So, the line of the ball, for those who may not know, is if you put the ball on the ground, it's a line going from that sideline over the ball to that sideline. That's the line of the ball. So if we say behind the line, well, you're behind the line here. Now you're in front of the line of the ball. Now you're behind. So if you ever hear a coach say get behind the line of the ball, that's what that means. Now how far behind depends on how good of a defender he is, how good of a ball handler he is. Okay? Yep. So this is where you want to work on this now. Okay, if he's a great defender, well, I don't have to be too far back, because if he tries to throw it, bang, I can get in the lane and steal it. If he's a crappy defender, right, you might back off a little bit more and help him out. Yep. Okay? All right, back down here. You 4 hop off, you 6 hop on. So that's working on our ball defender. There used to be another name for that called dog, which probably isn't a good name to use. Okay, so ball defender. And our plugger, which most of us know. We're going to add in the intercept player now. So ball's on the baseline, dark are on O. Let's say we've got a lane runner on the weak side. The lane runner defender in this situation is 50-50. So halfway between your player, halfway between the ball. So get to that for me. And the reason I'm doing that is to make your rotation easier. This is where it's important. This play's jumping up about. So there's no easy pass over the top to your lane runner, all right, your player. As the ball gets thrown in, as soon as it gets thrown in, you see Drew go in a trap, we're coming to intercept. Now, you must do one of two things here. You either steal or you jam. Right, so you steal it or you jam the ball. So as soon as Angus gets it, he's not allowed to have any space. Right, so that's why your rotation's got to be quick and early. Don't worry about your player, because someone else will come and help you eventually. Okay, so jamming is get right up here. So his first step is what? Backwards, which gives us time to rotate out and help you. Okay, the most common mistake is this player, they'll forget. They'll be cautious, they don't know if they should go or not, just go. We call this, and I should have said at the start, we call this 40 hit, H-I-T. So this is our hit series. So I'll talk about 40 hit, 20 hit, and chase downs. Right, and this is 40 hit. We go and we go and jam it. Now, our rotation out of here may vary depending on what you want to do. You might deny it back, we might release. So if the ball gets thrown out, you two want to release and get where? Behind line of the ball. Okay, so one's got to level off the ball, and one might get to the basket. Give me a demonstration. Go. Quick, go quick, go quick. Stop, go back. Go back here. Right, I just wanted to see how they were going to close out or trap there, or intercept there. As we come, so ball gets thrown, we go and trap. As we come here, now you're going to know if you can steal it or not. All right, smarter players go, well, I'm not going to steal it, so I've got to jam it. If you're going to jam it, you've got to come this side of him. Because if you come right at his right hip here, he's just going to rip it and go straight by you there. So it's more of a banana. If you can't steal it, you're going to banana close out into it and jam it. All right, rewind. Jude, more aggressive on the trap. Matty, more ball pressure. Ready? Go. Sprint, sprint. Jam it. Stop. Go back. Go back again. Talk to me. Yeah, don't worry about him. We're not worried about him. So right now, he's leaving his player. You're leaving your player. Someone will leave their player to help you. Okay? Go. Got to have each other's back. Have the confidence. Go. Go get it. Go get it. Right. Good. Not too bad. Go back. Don't injure yourself, please. Ball's there. Out of bounds. So, what could we have done better? Yeah, but talk. What else? Yeah, jam. So, what kind of foul do refs love to call? Hands. Okay. So it's here. Hands. Right. Ready? One more time. Go get it. Go get it. Stop. Go back. Too late. Too late. Got to go early. Let's go one more time. Want you to rotate early. As soon as you see Jude go, even when the ball goes, but you got to have ball pressure. Ready? Go. Sprint, sprint. Good job. All right, switch over. Ready? Switch over. Same thing. On the ball. Doesn't matter who. Go. Go get it. Go get it. Level off. Who you got? Matchups. Let's go. All right, not too bad. Give me 2 more players up. 2 more. Possible. Dark out of bounds. So we got point guard, lane runner, weak side. We're going to have lane runner, strong side. We're going to talk about the strong side defender in the lane, okay, and what your role is. Very important. Now, you two are interchangeable in the fact that if Josh sweeps on this and we run the baseline and the ball gets thrown, now you would become the interceptor, Jack, because it's gone this side of the split line, okay, and we'll talk about your position in a second. Rewind. So just make sure you guys are aware that just because the ball starts this side doesn't mean it's not going to move to this side and your roles don't change. So the ball gets thrown. Now Jack's spot is slightly different. Jack's in what we call 1/3, 2/3. You good at maths?
Yeah.
Really good?
Yeah.
Good. Come here. So show me 1/3 from your player, 2/3 from the ball. Good. Okay, so we're in a stance, bum down, closest hip faces the ball, and we're in the lane here. The reason why you want to be 1/3, 2/3 is to shrink the court so there's not enough space that offense see they can cut into. Okay, and here you're more kind of proactive in case we lead towards the ball. He leads towards the ball. If you're back here equal with Michael and he goes, you're now reactive and you'll never get in front to steal that pass. Right, so you're being proactive here in your positioning and stance. So if there was a lead, you'd be able to get in the lane. Now, if the ball gets thrown out and we don't steal it, we jam it, in a half-court situation, what would happen here, Jack? The ball gets thrown across. Half-court. Yeah, jump to the ball, right? So we move across, open up. So in half-court situation, you might be here denying. The ball gets thrown across, you open up to the ball. So now you might guard 2. Now I'd be a little bit further back because look where your player is. Okay, so you're guarding 2. Now I spoke earlier about the importance of these 2 sprinting out. So Jack, you have 1 or 2 things you do here. What are they? First one is what? Yeah, but 1 or 2 things you got to do. No, don't worry about him just yet. You got to run and what? Someone help him out? Steal or jam. So you got to steal it or you got to jam it. You can't be cat and mouse and end up 2-3 meters off him where you can just throw it over your head. All right, be proactive here, be aggressive. It's an aggressive type of trap. You all right with what we're doing? And then you two sprint back. Okay, give me a little demonstration. Be ready, Jack. Go, go, go. Rotate out. Good. Get the ball. Let's go. Back again. Get up on it. Ready? Stance, Jack. Stop. Go back, go back, go back, go back. So just make sure we start defensive in the correct positioning. Yep. So your back's more towards the split line. Ready? Go. Right, rewind, come back, talk to me, Jack. Good, okay, let's go back. Now you're going to give up layups. It's a fact of the full court D. But we're trying to do 4 things here, or one of 4 things we're trying to do. We're trying to speed them up offensively, so they're taking shots that they're not used to taking. We're trying to slow them down offensively, right? So they take time to get over, 24 seconds on the shot clock. We're trying to get an 8-second violation, or we're just trying to steal the ball here. Right, so in this type of trapping situation, we want to be aggressive. We're not always going for the steal. Right, if you don't get it, you have 2 other options, to speed them up or to slow them down. Good, okay? We'll go one more demonstration, then we'll change it. Go. Go, quick, quick, quick. Right, rewind. Go to the first initial pass there. So now as we flow into our half court, we want to start matching up most dangerous to least dangerous. So the most dangerous offensive player would be the player with the ball. Second most dangerous offensive player, depending on who you play, what age group, what level, would be who? Person closest to where? Basket, good. Okay, so we've got to have that covered. We've got to have ball covered, we've got to have basket covered. And then from there we branch out. So you have 1 or 2 things you could do. You can run to the key and branch out from there, or as you run down you can identify shooters. And again, depending on what level we're coaching, but if that's a great shooter out there, you wouldn't run to the key and then out, you'd run where? Good, okay, so that situation just kind of happened in the fact that we kicked it ahead, you kept cutting, threw it back, trailing. Now, trail. What's the best thing you could do here? Is there any way you're going to get to the ball? No. Yes, so where do you run to? Good, so you run to try to pick off the next dangerous person. What helps with that?
I tell him to go.
Yeah, like you just declare ball. And if he says ball, well then you know where you can't go now. Right? We understand that? Okay, rewind. Really? We don't have much longer left. Right, so that was 40 hit. Now we're going to talk about 20 hit. So 20 hit's more passive aggressive. So as the ball gets thrown in, we level it off. We're not going to trap straight away. So your main job now is to turn and sprint and get behind the line of the ball. We deny the 1 pass there, Jack, right? So that pass cannot happen. No kick ahead passes. And we're like in our help position here. Captain, we're 2 or more passes away. We can open up a little bit, okay? But there's no pass over the top, so ball pressure is important here. So it's passive aggressive. So we turn them as soon as they get close to halfway, right? So we want to kind of, now we're channeling or influencing side. As soon as we get to halfway, we come and trap. So we run to where?
His shoulder.
Whose shoulder?
Inside. Offense. Oh, nice.
Good, okay, so you run to your teammate's inside shoulder. Because again, if you just run straight to Josh here, what's he going to do? Split. So I go to his inside shoulder. Jack, you must do what? Deny that pass, so a hand must be in the passing lane, and we come and trap. Jam or steal. Remember, there's a 5-man down there, or not 5-man, sorry, there's another player down there. Okay, rewind. So what's this one called? 20 hit. It's all right, boy. Everything's going all right? Passive aggressive, passive aggressive. Go, go, go. All right, not too bad. That was a bad rotation. At least they did a little bit better on that Matty rotating down there. Okay? On the trap, we could have been what? More aggressive. Okay? Be a bit more aggressive on the trap. Rewind. Let's go one more time. Now this is where we incorporate chase down. So chase down, we run chase down whenever. So whenever we're in a 40 hit, 20 hit, if they beat us down the sideline, we call this chase down. So if the ball gets thrown in, Josh makes a lead. Matt does a good job pressuring, but then Josh just turns and beats him down the sideline, which will happen. Chase down is no matter where it is from baseline to baseline, you're chasing him down and trapping him. So he would go and you'd be coming from behind, right? What would he do? What are we doing here, Jack? Now you backpedal, right? Because in this situation, he can see that. So we've got to back off, right? And then we trap. Let's say he keeps going. Go through. He keeps going. Back up. He keeps going. Just keep going. Keep going. Keeps going. Keeps going. You just keep trapping him. You follow him wherever he is and you trap him. So he might be down the corner, right? We chase down and get all the way and we trap him here. We okay with that? All right, let's run it going down that way. Start here, boys. Throw a little spanner in the works. Ready? Let him go sideline. Ready? Yeah. Yeah, chase down. Let him go sideline. Ready? Go. Go. Pace, pace, pace. Right, oh there. So that's more of a passive chase down, but you can add the 20 hit rule of denying this pass. It's just you want to back off a little bit on that first initial turn the corner so he can't pitch it ahead too early. But most of the time, if he's going at full pace, what's the point guard doing? Where are they looking? Head down, okay? Most of the time they got two, they're going head down. So that's when, if you see that, that's when you can come and try to intercept this pass. All right, ready? Do it again. Now, the four-man who's chasing them down, you can yell out, turn them, which tells you to do what? Yeah, get in front and turn them so then you can trap. Ready? Go. Go, get in, go. Sprint, sprint. Stop, go back. Jude, talk. Just yell out, turn them, turn them. Right, let's go again. I want you to come and intercept this pass now. Yep. Jack, you may need to open up. Ready? Go, sprint. Go. Get in front, get in front. Good, good. Right, freeze. Stop there. So, Angus had the ball there. Let's say this was a mismatch. Perfect opportunity to switch back on a mismatch is when the ball's over the other side of the floor. So who would initiate this switch? Who would initiate it? So Matt. So he'd yell out to Jude, drop, drop. So you drop and then you'd lift. All right, and then we play from that. We okay with that? All right, let's go back down this end. Give me the other two in. We'll just do 2 trips. That's fine. You guys are bigs. You're a big Bawali. So now we're talking about normal transition rules and floor spots. So Bawali, your offense, right? You want to be offense? Actually, let's just get some 5s there just to make it simple to start with. Just so we got some rim protection. Okay? So ball's there, make a lead, throw it in. Let's say we're in chase downs. Coming from behind, what do we yell out? Turn them, good. Deny. From here, if you come and trap, just keep going, keep going. Just keep going, Josh, for the sake of this. Deny, don't let that pass happen down the lane. If we come and intercept this and the ball gets skipped, hold up, just go back to where you were, Michael. Again, this could be a scout. Who's that? Who's that? But you're there. Ball's back here. Ball's back here. This is a pass we do allow. If it does get skipped, who takes it? Good, so Jack would rotate, and how would he rotate from there? Good, you could rotate around, we drop, but you got to make sure you don't get what? Yeah, sealed, okay, caught, right? Now dark, huddle up, light, huddle up. You have one possession defensively each. You're either in 20 hit, chase downs, or 40 hit. And then come down this end, and then we're done. Right, let's go. Down here. Shouldn't take that long. Bilali, you only got to say a few words. You only got to say 2 words. Deaf. Hurry up, let's go, dark, come on. Actually, we're going to start here in a circle. Ready? Down here, run the circle. I'm going to call out which colour. Listen, I'm going to call out which colour's on defence first. Which colour's on defence? Dark. Go. Dark on D. Stop. Stop. Right. So again, where were you? Yeah, that's fine. If he's got yours, you just take the ball there. Come back down. Positionless basketball. Just match up most dangerous to least dangerous. Someone's always got to take the ball. Someone's always got to take the basket. Run around the circle. Ready? White. White. Up on it. Up on it. Go, go, go. Good. Good. Deny. Oh, there. Back down this end. Last one. Ready? Dark. Get up on it, get up on it. Go, Angus. Stop. Ball in. Rewind. See, this is one problem. Walker, what we in? Well, you guys are going to know what you're in. If you're in chase down, we don't need to put as much heat. All right, sorry, if you're in chase down, you've got to put heat on it so he goes where? Sideline, right? Ready? Dark. Up on it. Stop, go back. Angus, get up on the ball. Ready? Ball's there. Matt, stay where you are. Ready? Go. Good, good, Matty, nice. All right, over here. Let's go. Can we please put our hands together for the athletes? Okay, take a seat. I'll talk to you guys after. Let's go sit over there. Now, I got a little bit messy, and it's going to get messy because you're teaching athletes to play multiple positions, and we're teaching something new in the offensive transition. It was nice that Matt just tried to implement it then, okay, because it can stuff up the defense a little bit. If the point guard gets the ball to step out, throw it out of bounds, most of the time the point guard defender's going to be like, what are you doing? Because they're always in a habit of getting to the elbow, the 45, whatever it might be. Right? And same with our offensive floor spots. Right? Got to be creative, change it up, because that might mess the defense up. Okay, or the reverse, if the defense learn to play multiple positions, the point guard can get up there, even if they're the closest person, they can defend it. The four can defend the ball, that's a good thing. Trying to teach them to get outside the box, or to think that there is no box. Be creative. Are there any questions? No questions is good. No questions? All right. Thank you.